Hey guys, I'm Stephanie. I'm going to be delivering your wellness profile training. So I'm going to start to share the screen. Okay, so when you greet your clients that come for their 3-day trial or a wellness profile, you want to first of all offer them a thermo tea, depending on what flavours you have. And you want to be letting them know that the thermo tea is going to burn 80 calories, it's going to give them a nice lift, a boost of energy, and it's completely natural. There's caffeine in our thermo tea, but it's a natural caffeine. So it's like a herbal tea, but it's more advanced. You've got your green tea extracts in there as well. Then you want to sit them down and start going over the questionnaire with them. And this is where you really get to know who you've got in front of you, and it lets them start to kind of feel a little bit of ease. Now, if you have protein bars or you're going to do a wow shake, then this would be the point to do that as well, or offer that as well. And then once you've went through your questionnaire, you want to get them on the scales and do all their stats, ready to sit down for you to go over this profile. So this would be the front screen as they come in. And then we have this little quote, and you would just read this quote out. So, take care of your body, it's the only place you have to live. Simples. So the next slide just is an overview of, the process. So this is how I would deliver it. So I would say, so I've given you a sample of the tea, protein bar. We've went through your questionnaire together. We've done your body analysis, and we're going to follow on to discuss your results and the trials. So this is a background to the company. So we were founded in 1980 by Mark Hughes, and as you can see there, we've been running for 36 years. We're an international nutritional company, and we have products available for sale in over 96 countries. We turned over an 8.2 billion net sales in 2015, and we have over 4.2 million members, just like myself, and we're listed on the New York Stock Exchange. Now, we have been asked to go on the New York Stock Exchange, which shows that, Herbalife's very squeaky clean. We have our books open to scrutiny, and it's very prestigious to be asked. And then, guys, that's all you need to deliver on that. As time goes on and you get more comfortable in what you're saying, then you can maybe elaborate more on Mark Hughes' story. But for now, you will always want to think you want to be duplicatable, and if that just means reading off the slide, then that's fine. As I say, as time goes on and you get more comfortable, you can maybe say that little bit more, but you don't want to say too much. We want to keep it a 20-minute to 30-minute wellness profile. So our commitment to science. So these are just some of our doctors that we have on our advisory board. We have over 90 scientists and doctors. And then what you could do here is pick out a couple. So it might be a wee bit, it would be a suggestion to maybe have a wee look up and get a better understanding of what some of these doctors and scientists do. So I always pick out Lou Ignarro, because it even states there, that he has a Nobel laureate in medicine, and it's in heart nutrition, and he's the only person in his field to have that. And once again, it just really shows, how reputable Herbalife is. So from that, we would follow on, and this is where you would have your testimonial in. So you'd have your I used to picture and now I picture, and you're just a couple of bullet points. Now, if it's just energy, that's your testimonial just now, then that's fine. And if you want to use my testimonial, Paul's testimonial, other people's in the team, that's fine. You can always keep ours in and add yours as well. And this is where your client gets to see your journey and where you've come from, and they start to relate. Now, if it's a female in front of you and you're a male, then yeah, they might not relate. But if you have a picture, say, of myself or your partner, they could relate more to that, and vice versa. So there's Paul. And then we move on to this slide, which is about our samples. Now, all you're doing is reading that this is the type of shakes that we have. So we have mint choc chip, we've got cookies and cream, chocolate, tropical fruit, cappuccino, toffee, apple and cinnamon, strawberry and vanilla free from. And from the 22nd of July, we will have the raspberry and blueberry shake. And then this is a list of our thermogenic teas. So we have raspberry peach, original and lemon. And this is basically, this slide's just there to give them a better visual, of the shakes. It's more appealing than you just saying about listing the flavours, and they don't have a visual. So now they're actually thinking, oh, look at that cookies and cream. That looks really nice. Or I do like a mint cornetto. And then from that, we discuss our Formula 1 healthy meal. So we want to try and come away from saying shake all the time, because we don't want to associate Herbalife with being a shake diet. And you'll start to learn that as you go through your pitch as well when you're speaking to people. So you want to let them know that we have a wide range of nutritional products, but our Formula 1 is our flagship product, and it is a meal replacement. And once again, you're just reading that, it has a similar amount of protein than one fillet baked cod, some similar amount of vitamin C than one medium-sized satsuma, and you just list it all. And then I would usually say, if you think about that, imagine going to your supermarket and buying all those ingredients and putting in a blender. One, it's not going to taste very nice, and two, it's going to cost you a lot of money. Whereas that's all compact in your healthy meal, your healthy, balanced nutrition meal, and there's loads of vitamins and minerals and micro and macronutrients in there as well. Then from that, as it says there, your questionnaire. Now, we've already done their questionnaire, and the next slide that we follow on to is about their body stats. I always like to make sure that we've done this before, we do the wellness profile, because you don't want to stop and start. You want to, once again, let the client feel comfortable and relaxed, and let them enjoy their thermal tea and have that little boost as you now start to tell them what their stats all mean. So then we move on to the body analysis. You say, so we've done your body analysis, let's go on to discuss what your results mean. So the readings, and this is where you would, prompt asking your client what their results are. So you're basically just want to read what it says on the screen. So your BMR, and then you'll ask what's your BMR, and then you just tell them, so that's the number of calories that your body needs at rest. Hydration, once again, where are they now? If they're between 45 and 60, that's fantastic. 50, 65, really good, but we want to encourage an increase in that figure. Now, unless they're 5% off the maximum, then still, reiterate that, that's a really good figure that you're at just now, but let's make it even more better. Now, for anybody that's under this figure, they're dehydrated. And this is where you can pose, do you drink a lot of water? Some might say, yeah, I do. If it's not really shown in the results, well, do you drink tea? Now, if someone is a tea drinker and that's the tea that you add milk, then they need to drink half a litre of water to counteract that, because it's dehydrating them. And if they drink coffee, it's 1 litre. So it's not to say that you can't have these teas and coffees, but it's just to let them bear in mind that if they want to increase their hydration, then they either drink that half litre or a litre for every time that they have that tea and coffee, or they try and skip it out. And that's where the thermal tea is a great alternative. Once again, it's a transfer of spends, and it's a transfer of what they're currently doing, and it goes towards their water intake as well as give them all these extra little boosts. So from that, we'll discuss their visceral fat. Now, we want to let them know that visceral fat is the secret fat. So it's the fat that surrounds all our organs, and it should be taken very seriously because it is life-threatening. Okay, so you would once again ask them where they are, and if they're in the bad and alarming, you really want to hone in on that. You really want to be saying, you know, if you don't make a change now, where are you going to be in 5 years' time? If they're in the healthy, that's good, but if they're near a 7, 8, you need to be once again explaining, even saying to them, you know, if you don't make a change now, where will you be in 5 years' time? Do you think you probably could be in that bad zone? For those that are excellent, brilliant, we can only ever have one visceral fat in our body, and I would say the goal is be getting between excellent and healthy. Okay, and then we move on to bone density. So in Herbalife, I think you've realised already that we don't focus on weight, but when we put someone on our scales, we do a full body analysis. So that includes looking at your bone mass, whereas they would never probably have had this before. So you would just look, you know, if they're a man or a female, where are they? You know, what does their stats say? Now, if it's in the bad or alarming, you just want to let them know that, you know, if they, you know, go on a program by getting good nutrition in their body, their bone mass is going to increase. And this slide's here just because as we get older, our bones deplete, you know, we get that honeycomb effect and osteoporosis can set in. But by giving it good nutrition, your bone mass can increase. And I would also say, if it was in the bad and alarming, that this would be something that we would monitor over time. And if over time it still was not increasing, then that would be a point where you'd ask them to consult their doctor. Now, metabolic age. This is usually where they're like, oh my God, look at my age. And some are like quite chuffed with themselves because their age is younger than what they are. So you're just basically saying that this indicates what age level your body is currently rated at based on your BMR. And then we move on to physique type. And your physique type is all about your body composition. So it's the ratio between fat to muscle. So if you have too much fat in your body, you're going to basically be in an unhealthy fat position. If you have an equal balance between fat and muscle, we'll be in the normal zone. And if you have more muscle to fat, you'll be in the athletic zone. Okay, so this is where we focus on that we want to come away, before we use the word weight a lot, we want to come away from that and we really want to get fat loss in our vocabulary now. So our goal is to decrease fat and increase muscle. And as you can see from the slide, 1 pound of fat, that 1 pound of fat there is basically 3 times the size of that muscle. Okay? Fat stores calories, muscle burns calories. Now, I always say that, you know, for every pound of fat you have in your body, you'll burn 2 calories. Where every pound of muscle, you'll burn 14 calories. And then you can go on to the wee bit that says, did you know that muscles do not weigh more than fat? Fat just takes up more space in the body. And you cannot turn fat into muscle. We must lose fat and build muscle to achieve this. So, if we have a female in front of us and they're thinking, oh my God, muscle, like, oh, I don't want to have muscle in my body because they're thinking that they're going to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger, then I'll always say, tell me a celebrity that you like. And most of the time, this celebrity is really, really fit. So I would say, you know, they've had to build muscle in their physique to get that nice body composition, to strip body fat and be nice and toned and lean. So that's all that we're asking you to do. We want to come away from looking at your weight in the scales and think, fat loss. I want to see my physique coming in, the fat stripping away and building a little bit of muscle. And that'll be the same with the guys. You know, you want to hone in, they'll be wanting to build muscle, strip that body fat. So then we move on to the slide, body fat, and always let them know that, you know, body fat is a visual fat that we can see, okay? So it's different from the visceral fat that surrounds all our organs. So from here, you want to ask them where they are now. You can see from the wee categories of their age and, you know, if they're under fat, healthy, over fat or obese. And then you want to ask them, where do they want to be? So they're getting to see a visual now of where they would like to be. And then whatever their goal is, it should be, say for instance, they're at 30, they want to be at 15. Well, it's just letting them know that by getting good nutrition in their body and incorporating a little bit of exercise, they can reach their goal. And then the same for the female. Where are they now? Where do they want to be? And then from that's the stats done. So some might be feeling really good about their stats, some might be feeling not so good about their stats. And we want to let them know that by them joining our community, by becoming a client, they get offline and online support. So online is, through our client support groups, and offline's coming to Fit Camp or any other health activities that are in the area. And then this is where we go and discuss some body transformations. So depending on who you have in front of you and what their goal is, I would pick out, little bits from each testimonial that you think is applicable. You don't need to read everything that's on the slide, but once again, it's just thinking about key points that you can take out. Okay, so once again, now when it comes to this one, it's up to you, but I absolutely love this slide. Take them back to the body fat slide and say, look at this guy, like, wow, look at his results. He didn't think he could get a six-pack, but look at him there. He's got a six-pack. He's achieved what he didn't think he could. So, think of that body fat slide and the picture that you wanted to be. You can be that picture. You can get to where you want to be. And if, there was a picture that you really, you would have preferred to have chosen, but you didn't because you didn't think you'd get there, well, there you go. It's all in the mind. Whatever you want to achieve, you can. And really be excited for your client. This is a prospect. And remember, every prospect client is also a prospect member as well. So once again, as I said, just picking out little bits from each testimonial. This is Clinton. So if you want to discuss more about Clinton, Clinton basically got on the products to prove that they did not work. As you can see there, he got an unbelievable result, and it just goes to show that Herbalife does work. Clinton is actually in an organisation called the Dream Team, and he is currently a Millionaire Team member for Herbalife. So he's doing pretty well, and I think he's glad that he decided to try and prove that the products did not work. For the female clients that you have, this testimonial is absolutely amazing in terms of the body fat that's been stripped there. It might not, that's just, she used to be 41.4%, she's now 31.8%. It's just unbelievable the difference in her shape. So, then we come to Jane. Okay. Paul usually has a little laugh here saying, oh, what an amazing result that she got, and some are like, oh yeah, she looks really good. You can explain that Jane's 60, and this is what happened to Jane. She looks absolutely amazing. So once again, anything is possible, and it doesn't matter your age also. There we go. So your journey starts here with a 3-day fat loss trial. It's not weight loss anymore, it's fat loss. Or we have our 6-day healthy breakfast trial. There should be pictures in there, guys, but I don't know where they've disappeared to. And this just explains what's going to be in the trial, okay? Now, because the pictures aren't there, I'm going to move on to the next wee bit. So, the trial process. So, if they were on the 3-day fat loss trial, they have their meal replacement for their breakfast, they have a healthy protein snack for mid-morning, they have their meal replacement for their lunch, mid-afternoon would be another healthy protein snack, their healthy balanced dinner, and before bed, another snack. If it's a 6-day, they only have their meal replacement for their breakfast. They have a healthy lunch at lunchtime. Now, it would be a good idea to save this Actually, no, there we go. So this is a handouts. So what I would like you to do here is, if you can save this handout. Okay, there's one there for 3-day fat loss trial. There'll be one for the breakfast. So I want you to save this and then take it out from your wellness profile. When it comes to breakfast trial, if you just make note to score out the bit where it said day 5 and 6, that you have a shake for your breakfast and lunch, because that is just typo error. So once again, you want to save this handout in somewhere, be printing them off, and this is what you give to your client. It's very easy for them to follow. Once again, it's the visuals are there, and then just take this out of your wellness profile. And this is another handout that you can give, and it just gives them a few wee tips. Once again, you're saving it, deleting it from the wellness profile. So once you've come to the end of this wellness profile and you're giving them the trial, and whatever flavours they've picked for their trial, you say, this is a handout, this is a process that I had already previously explained with the slide where the pictures seem to have disappeared from my screen. And the other wee handout here that's just giving them some wee tips. So, success is a journey, not a destination. And that's basically the end of the first part of their wellness profile. So, as I say, you've given them their handout, they're away with their trial, they're really excited, you've got them booked in for day 4 or day 7, depending on what trial they're away with. And then you phone them every single day that they're on their trial, just asking how they're getting on. For those that are new, I would have a look at the follow-up, or speak to your sponsor or upline, may that be Paul or someone else in the team, or that you can contact me, just to understand the importance of following up, and any questions that a client might ask you. For instance, that they might feel bloated once they're on a trial. So it'd be really good to try and get an understanding of that first before you have anybody in the trial, just so you can answer these questions. So they've come back, your clients came back, let's just say they were on a 3-day trial, it's day 4. You're super excited for them, you've been in contact with them for the past 3 days, you get them in, you ask them once again, even though you already know how they've been getting on, you go over maybe any little mishaps that there might have been, and then you get them on the scales and do the body measurements, and the results will be absolutely amazing. And then you say, right, we've got the last wee part of your wellness profile, so part 2, I'm going to discuss that, and then we can go over the programme. So you sit them down, you can have them refer tea again, and then, so you're just saying, so we've done your body analysis, we're going to discuss now about balanced nutrition, daily cycle, support, the journey, and the programmes. So we've done your body analysis and your results are absolutely amazing. So this is our Herbalife nutrition philosophy. We look at 40% carbohydrates, 30% protein, and 30% fats, as well as getting in exercise, or working on our hydration, getting that rest. So as you can see there, we focus on our Herbalife core nutrition, our protein snacks, and getting balanced meals. So for someone that has a carb-based breakfast in the morning, this just gives them a wee insight to what's happening with their blood sugar and insulin levels spiking and dropping, and their energy levels. And this is based on 3 meals. So in the morning, they wake up hungry, they're in the danger zone, they have their breakfast, which is normally carb-based, sugary, and they get a spike. And so that takes them back into danger zone and into the overeat section. Then that drops back down, and by lunchtime, when they have food that's probably not going to be so healthy, they're spiking back up once again to that danger zone, and then they drop back down in the danger zone And then by the time they have their dinner, once again, it's spiked back up to danger zone and drop. So as you can see there, they're never in the result zone. If they have no breakfast in the morning, they're hungry all the way to lunchtime. So they're once again in that danger zone all the way to lunchtime. Then when they do have their lunch, it spikes right up to overeat, back in the danger zone, drops back down, spikes back up at dinner time, drops back down at bedtime. So they must be feeling very tired a lot, hungry, and we'll go on to explain, why what happens when you're in the danger zone. So if you're on a Herbalife fat loss cycle, which is, our fat loss program, what happens is in the morning, so say for instance, so you'd wake up comfortable, you're in the nice healthy results zone, you'd have your healthy breakfast, and that takes you up to satisfied, but you're still in the results zone. Then that drops down, say 2 to 3 hours later, and you have your snack, back up to satisfied, then you have your lunch, and as you can see the patterns that you're in the results zone the whole time. You'll move from comfortable to satisfied the whole day through. Your energy levels will be the same throughout the day. You should be energized all throughout the day. And as you can see there, you don't have any spikes and dips. And that's the same with the maintenance, healthy weight maintenance. So when we do like the healthy breakfast. So the danger zone. For the times that you're in the danger zone, that's hunger leads to poor food choices, high calories, low nutrition, convenient foods, short-term fake satisfied, weight gain, and overeating leads to guilt, tiredness, bad mood, lack of motivation, commitment, and weight gain. Because as much as that only showed 3 meals there, some people, could be snacking on the crisps and the chocolate and the biscuits, and they're overeating than what their body, should be getting. But by sticking in the results zone, you're going to make better choices, have better energy, a better mood. You're going to be schedule-based eating rather than instinct-based eating. And that's a big one, because you'll have people that just feel hungry all the time. So that's what I'm saying. So they're going to be overeating. You'll have people that come and they don't really feel hungry, so they don't eat, which we know that that's not good for the body. So also it follows on to that they're going to have a significantly increased chance of success and instant and ongoing results. And this just highlights, the 3 meals versus the 6 meals. Okay. So making healthier choices for your lunch meal deal. Everybody's had a meal deal. It might be quite a popular lunch for some of your clients, and this just lets them see a price comparison and all the nasties. The only good thing about your meal deal is the protein, which you can explain that we can make up for our protein because we have extra products that help with that. And then this follows on to our client circle of success. So we focus on nutrition, education, fitness, support, and recognition to get results. When it comes to nutrition, we look at, hitting your personalised protein target, making sure you get your 100% R days, and that 30-30-40 balance. Education would be, for you to be their wellness coach. You would put them into a client support group and, introduce them to any local health active lifestyle activities that there is out there. When it comes to fitness, that you've got your Samantha Clayton DVDs, there'll be the Fit Camp, any other activities. Home workouts would refer back to the 24 range DVDs, or it could be just going to the gym. Support would be weekly and 2 weekly weigh-ins. And getting the support from the community online and offline. And then recognition. We'll recognise you for your efforts throughout the journey. And as you know, Herbalife is huge on recognition. So we recognise our clients for getting into the best shape of their lives. So, protein target. Now, you don't need to explain too much on this slide. They can read it themselves, or you can pick out little bits. So this is where you would ask them what their muscle mass is. And then from there, you would say they were 8 stone 2 in their muscle. So you would type into your calculator 8 times 14, because there's 14 pounds in a stone, plus 2, and that would be what their protein target is at minimum. Now, if on their questionnaire that you first did with them, they say that they do exercise, you basically want to guesstimate on their protein in terms of increasing it by 10 or 15. Okay, and I would speak to your sponsor or upline just to get a better understanding on why we do that. So that would be their protein target. Okay, now they would have already had this prior to going on their 3-day trial, but this is just once again reiterating for them. Okay, so what is a balanced meal? As you can see, there's the non-balanced meals compared to balanced meals. And the balanced meals is very colourful, look more appetising, although I bet some of you are thinking, look at that cooked breakfast. But this is once again just to give them a visual, you know, what's a balanced meal and what's not a balanced meal. And then understanding the journey. So whatever their goal may be, it's just to let them know that, you know, this might be the ideal journey for them, but this is a real journey, okay? So to get to your goal, there'll be ups and downs, but we'll always be going down to reach that goal, okay? And it's a journey that we're on. So we don't want a plain sailing journey, and that's not reality. You know, we want to learn and learn through mistakes and learn through the hard times, you know, and go through all the positives. But when you get to your goal, it's the biggest achievement ever that you'll feel, the accomplishment, because of, you know, the ups and downs that you've had in that journey. And then this is when we go on to explain the different programs. And I really like this because we've now got bronze, gold, silver and platinum programs. So you can discuss the programs, you will know what program is beneficial to your client, but this just lets them see the difference in cost and what they're actually getting, you know, included in their program. As you can see, the benefits down the side. So on this one, they're getting the taste and energy. On the silver package, we're including the bars now. On the gold package, they're getting absolutely everything. So they're getting their box of bars, their meal replacement, their multivitamins, fibre and herb tablets, and their tea. Now, if you don't really know about the multivitamins and the fibre tablets, once again, speak to your sponsor and upline just to get a better understanding on that, because that could be the difference between a client upgrading to this programme. And as you can see there, the benefits there is now complete nutrition. Now we're going to the fat loss bronze, and you get taste, energy, complete nutrition, fat loss, and personalised protein. Now, when they go into silver, they get their boxes of bars, which is ticked there that it helps with muscle maintenance. And then with the gold, they're getting the PDM, which is an absolute phenomenal product. And then with their platinum, as you can see there, they've got absolutely everything. Now, yes, you can tailor these products and programs to suit your clients' finances, but please, once again, speak to your sponsor and upline just to go over anything that you're not too sure of. So, PDM versus milk. Now, there is 2, 4, 6, 10 milk there. Okay, so the equivalent of 10 milks is the same price of the PDM. As you can see, I was good in maths. Okay, and this just lets you see the difference in the protein content and calories. Okay, I would always get my clients to go on the PDM. It's just such a quality product. It really helps if them hit their protein target easily, and they can also use it as a high protein snack, which it says there. You know, particularly for in the evenings before bed, you can add cinnamon, maybe a little bit of fruit. It's just fantastic, and it's vanilla flavoured. And then free gifts. So you can, if you don't need to pick these gifts. You can make it whatever you would like. But it's once again discussing this referral system and incentive. So if you refer a friend or family member that gets started on a nutrition program, and so basically they've came to the trial, then they've went in a program, they can choose one of the blue gifts, and if they refer two people, they can choose one of the blue gifts and the green gifts. You tailor it to whatever you want to do. And then let's arrange your weigh-in. So ordering up their programs, getting them booked in, and it's as easy as that. So I hope this has helped you get a better understanding of how we deliver the wellness profile, what to say. As time goes on, you'll be more comfortable in delivering it. Anything that you're not too sure of, please just contact myself, Paul, your sponsor, anybody else in the team. And good luck, guys.